Of course, I forgot to hit record, but I was able to get Dclone down on tier 1. I was trying to practice him on tier 0 with this. My first tier 0, I actually got behind this pillar here and died, and I forgot to switch the vision I bought from 1 to 0, and my heart is racing right now. I did not expect him to be moving, but it was actually pretty easy once I got behind the right pillar. Man, yeah, it was a little easier than I thought it was going to be with this. So I know I just did a gear update, but this is sort of the end of everything here. I mean, I have upgrades to make, but I wanted to point this out. When you guys see the map highlights, I'm wearing Dclone gear. Like, there's no facets here. I'm wearing a Dungos instead of, like, an Arachnid. I have a 10 IAS on the build. I'm wearing a Dwarf Star instead of a Skill Ring. I have 3 Skillers. I mean, I know I have Poison. These are not as good as the Skillers, but I got these to have more life. I mean, this isn't crazy. And I wore the Innocence when I was doing Dclone as well. I mean, you could probably do this easier with a Bramble and the Bone Flame. My CTA is not perfect. My Lidless has 1 skill. I mean, 1800 life is a lot for a Necromancer, but it was fairly straightforward. I'll have to try this on tier 2. I suppose I gotta get my life up a lot higher, but this was good. So, I know we've gone over this, but since I'm gonna do a full breakdown here, Poison Strike, get Bone Armor and Desecrate, max out Golem Mastery, get 1 point into Revives for maps, and dump into Blood Warp. You have so much Pierce built in. I mean, negative 45 and the negative 20 from a Plague. So negative 65 is enough to deal with anything. You don't need more damage than this. You can pump it, and I know softcore players want the big numbers, but you don't actually need it. And the only thing you left for me to actually add to this, other than, you know, upgrading life skillers and stuff, is maybe get a Beast. So the one thing is the breakpoints will drop from these frames here. No, that's the Mercs frames. I think these are broken, yeah. The 99 is like the breakpoint IAS for this. Dagger with the Necromancer. If you have a Beast on, it drops to 10 and 30. So even having 10 gets you to the second to last frame. So I think a Beast on an Act 3 with the static field to even lower life on things more, and then a Shatter Wall is going to be the best Merc, at least for the way I've built this. So with the Innocence, you do get that Blade Shield. Obviously, that procs your Martyrdom. You want faster block rate, which is why I'm using the Steel Shade. Faster block rate on that. Faster block rate there. Faster block rate on the Water Walks. That gets you to 60 block frames, which is decent for Necro. It's better than nothing. Amulet is a diamond craft that Wampinator made. Dungos for a little bit of PDR, Nature's Peace, and the Dwarf Star are Dclone items. And Shrine Gloves with IAS, which I actually got for 2 Worldstone Shards. Man, guys, I'm telling you, this is so tanky, so quick. You do not need these full Poison Bone skill. I mean, I could get this to 50k damage easy, and it's just not necessary. This thing rips through stuff. Enjoyed, like, the maps, man. This is ridiculously fun. This is the most fun class I've played. I wanted a class that could finally do everything. I wouldn't have to switch gear. It could map. It could declone. And this is it. This is it. I found my new forever. Here, while I'm actually putting these highlights together, I know this is sort of stupid because you're watching me in the editor, but you know, the highlights are nice on this, but here's the problem with this class. My only problem with it. You see, it's really fun to do the jumpy stab. You're a poison class, so you want to jump to the next pack, obviously, and drop poison, let the old pack die from what you got. And this looks impressive, but here's what your daily life is like when you're actually mapping with it, right? You blow up these packs, and it looks nice on the highlight. Great. All right, now I got to walk back and pick up everything. Like, this is one of those classes where, you know, if it was timed with no looting, you know, it is, yeah, it's impressively, insanely fast. But with the looting, it's probably no faster than anything else just because, oh, and I got a 40 skiller there, that's right. But that's sort of the issue with it. You got to go back and pick everything up. So a little silly. Alright, while you're watching these highlights, what you want to do with the class is technically like stab once or twice, which is enough to kill almost anything. I think this map has 30% life on it too. And then jump away. I'm not playing this optimally. I'm not a Necro Poison player generally. So I'm just not used to this style. I actually need to probably lower the DPI on my mouse, so I'm not just zipping around all over the place with no control. But I mean, yeah, even siege beasts. Like, look, these are high life enemies, and one stab is enough to get the party started. Stab, move, and the Poison Novas will take care of, you know, most of the little enemies. So just find one big dude, stab him, roll out. Bosses, if you built it like I did, very tanky for Dclone, you can just stand there. I mean, watch, this is tier 3, I have 90 fire res, that's a pretty dangerous boss. Same thing with the Pandemonium Fortress boss that people skip all the time. I don't have to skip her, I just face tank her. I mean, look, he's not doing a thing to me. Does my life even move? Nope, bye. Just absolutely insane.